is something we've waited a very long time for. Now, my husband says it's been done for a while, but in reference to how long we were without it, this resurfacing is very welcome because it only went to a curve up here. Yeah, 5 mile curve, but they don't know what that means. But we'll show you when we get there. That's where they always stop. And it's like, guys, this is falling apart. And they finally did resurface it. So we are thankful for that today. You can tell that winter isn't far away because a lot of the trees have been stripped of their leaves. And yes, it was a little rhyme. But leaves have fallen and cleared off some of these trees, a lot of these trees. But the fields have been harvested for the fall. The cows are in the fields now eating the nubs of the corn. They really like that. It's just what's left after the harvest, little bits on the ground. And if they find some kernels of corn, I'm sure that makes them very happy too. Let's see if I can get in on these cattle up here so you know what I mean. There they are. They're out there just munching on corn stalks. Now I have to go in this morning for a spirometry, which measures my volume when I inhale. At least the one I used to use at home, but this will be more accurate, I guess, and it'll have all my numbers, and it's just different. It's more for information for the doctor, and then hopefully eventually for me. This is the curve I was talking about. It seems they get to this point, just past this curve, and they stop. But now they have resurfaced all the way to Wymore. Our houses are paid off. Well, our house is paid off. We don't have a mortgage. One good thing about setting up for your retirement, get your mortgage paid off, save money. It's if you're working a job where you've got a credit union or a bank that you can just have an automatic deduction or amount taken out and put it in your bank or credit union account, as long as that account is insured, go ahead and do it. You don't miss it if you don't get it. We put away we put away a certain dollar amount a month. We still, even now, even though we're retired, still put away about $50 a month. Now, we can use that if it's necessary, but at least it's money that we just go, it's not so convenient for us, so we just don't go and get it unless we really do need it. Retirement isn't a lot, but if most of us can handle putting away $50 a month or $25, whichever you can afford. Hopefully you have started preparing but by your 30 something, 35 or 40s, you started preparing by starting to put away money, because by the time retirement hits, you don't know what is going to be available to you unless you make sure it's going to be available to you. Nothing is ever guaranteed in this world, but you can sure do your best to make preparations. Now that's that lecture over and done. I have finished at the hospital. It didn't take long. It wasn't easy. This one was a spirometry, but it works a lot the same as it's just a much shorter, not nearly involved as the respiratory function test. But I had to breathe in deep and then blow it out as hard and as long as I could. She said I did really good, so I was very happy with that. This is north of Beatrice. Well, I think it's probably the city limits now. And there are several hotels, or hotels. And then there are some of the factories but there's Industrial Row, which has really, really been a good place. Industries were just thrilled with that. We have several. This is a Tractor Supply store. We do have. Now I forgot what. Oh, this is. There's some storage. That's the airport. They've got some storage things, but it's not huge commercial flights. It's just pretty much private, but it's just really cool that it's there. And this is where the old school district was, right here. They still have a lot of it marked as school, but the actual school moved way out to the east end of Beatrice, and it's a middle school and high school. Sometimes schools just kind of get outdated, and of course a lot of the older ones had asbestos and need remediation. Sometimes it's just they don't have this wheelchair access that is now required, because they were probably built back in the 30s, 40s maybe, so they don't have that. But now they've built these new schools. Wymore still has some work to do on that, but we are now stopping at our bank, and don't want to tell you what we're doing, but
Open?
I don't know. Push the call button, or did you?
No. Oh, there's something.
Yeah. You need to push the call button.
Okay.
Okay, we will get back to you in a bit. That corner building, the one with the little dome on top and the big bay sticking out, I used that for a reference for one of the people in my book, Finding Charlie, A Forbidden Romance. And I wanted to use that for something. It's one of the characters at the beginning lives there. That is their property. Anyway, and there is some conflict with it. So, but it is beautiful from the outside. I haven't been inside, but that's where the imagination of a writer comes in. So, a lot of these buildings down here are historic buildings, and Yeah, there's some new, but road work. They'll work it up until they can't work no more. It's a good thing it's warmed up a little bit, but it's still a little cold for me. We are heading home, and then I'm going to get me some caffeinated iced tea. I couldn't have my iced tea this morning, and I couldn't have my breathing meds. So I had to do this. I don't know what you call that.
But you couldn't have your puffer.
No, I couldn't have my puffer.
You took your meds.
Yeah, I took my meds except for my breathing meds. So there is a monument on the other end of this bridge for war veterans. And it's really a nice, it's right here.
I can't slow down.
No, I know. I'm just but I just want to get a peek at it. That is, they had to fight for that space, but I'll tell you what, at least they didn't have to shoot anybody for it. But it is a very, very important to the veterans. And we are home. Not that thing. He's very good about taking me to the back door where there's a ramp. It's easier for me to walk up that ramp than to walk up the stairs in front, although I have. It's kind of getting harder, especially in cold weather. We are now home. That's our backyard.